Hi, welcome back to Guessagaingaming, playing Watch Dogs Legion. As I said in the last video, I'm going to do another one of the Assassin's missions. This mission is recover an artifact. In case you didn't see the last video, basically you have to, and it's self-explanatory, you have to get into an area, steal an artifact without being detected. So basically the only thing that matters here is stealth. It doesn't matter what gun you've got. If you shoot somebody, it doesn't matter whether you don't get seen, that's detected. You have to just get in without being seen by anybody, and it's not always easy. Sometimes it lasts a minute, but we shall see. So one of the things, and as I said, I'm going to play this mission. It's not a long mission. Even if it succeeds, it's not super long. But one of the things I wanted to talk about while I was thinking about things over the last bit of time, as I watched videos on YouTube, obviously about gaming, and I was watching videos about Starfield. I've not played Starfield. I haven't got Xbox, that's one reason, and I'm not sure I'd want to anyway. I have played No Man's Sky a lot. That's not to say that I think Starfield is No Man's Sky, but yeah, I'm not sure if I'd play Starfield, regardless of what people say about it, positively or negatively. But one thing I noticed while I was watching the videos is how very unrealistic not just, and I saw this in videos, and I'm not going to agree or disagree, I know a lot of people said, and I can't say because I've not played it, but in the videos I watched, the character models, when you talk to them, they just stand looking at you. And I've seen other Bethesda games such as Fallout where that happens, because it happens in Fallout, and I saw the videos and okay, I get their point. I've not played it, so I can't say that's 100% right, but I get their point. And definitely the character models themselves aren't very realistic. And back to Watch Dogs Legion, I mean, if you look at this character, she looks real. Her movements are real, she looks real, her face looks real. I'll tell you something that I showed somebody a picture of someone from this in a video game, just to show my friend I was playing, and they said, is that a real person? They don't know about video games, by the way. But yeah, I'm not saying they look like real people, but comparatively to like something like Starfield, which is much newer, I'm not an expert on things like frame rates and all these things, what system you're playing it on and all those kind of things. But you know, this is an older game, and if you had this character model in Starfield, I mean, it would obviously make the game better. That's not even a question. If this was a model in Starfield, obviously it would enhance the immersion and character, everything about them, the way they move, their eyes, the skin tone, everything makes them look much more real. So it's just an observation I made while watching other videos from online. So anyway, here we are at the place. I'll make another observation after or during, of course, because I like comparing Watch Dogs Legion to other things, because like I said on many occasions before, whether or not you like the game itself, the actual narrative of the game, I think this game is very hard to criticise for how it looks in every context, whether or not you like the game itself, whether you don't like the fact there's no one character, whether you don't like the story, I think that's all valid. That's fine, everyone's got an opinion, but you certainly couldn't look at this, how it's modelled, how the city's modelled, and how the characters are modelled, and criticise it against any game I've played, certainly any game I've played on PlayStation 4, because you couldn't. And I've, you know, played Witcher and... Okay, so that's bad. We almost got seen, and that's where that stealth trap comes in. So as you can see, it's very difficult. If that woman had seen us and we hadn't used a stealth cloak in 1 second, we would have been busted, and that would be the end of the mission. This is just a kind of little comparison to other games. Do a mission and in the meantime. Just to let you know, this character I'm playing with has got light step. It's the only thing that anyone has that's different that might help in a mission like this, because it means they're less likely to be detected. I'm not sure how well that would actually work. So what you'd really want to do in this game, I don't do it really often actually, but you've got the ability to hijack all the security cameras, so you can use the cameras to see where everybody is. So for example, you can see there's somebody there, we need to get into this building, there's stairs there, so that would be handy. So ideally we want to go that way, but remember we can't interact with that character at all. So we can see on the map now, you can see that white greyish little mark, that's the person, they're walking away, so we're going to take a chance that we can get somewhere without being caught. Generally being up is better than being down, because it's easier to come down from somewhere. So I'd like to go up there, but I'm not sure if that's going to be a good plan. In this kind of mission, always, yeah, you can see there was somebody there, always make sure you recharge your stealth cloak before you make another move, because if you don't, being busted just because you've not bothered to recharge your stealth cloak. Normally it's good to do it, but it's not essential. But in this, it's kind of essential. I don't know if there's a ladder there or somewhere. I'd like to get further up, but I'm not sure if that's an option. So there's somebody around there. I quite like this mission. I mean, it's good because it's really different to. Okay, so we can go in here. So that worked out well. And there's somebody there. And like I said, that stealth cloak thing is invaluable because we've got so far literally because of the stealth cloak. So now we've just had to run there and hope there was no one literally where their stealth cloak ran out of charge. So now we're waiting for it to recharge because there's absolutely no point in trying to move while there's people standing around and we know we can't make ourselves. So there's the thing we want. And we've done quite well. This mission, it's quite possible to get busted right at the last minute. But it's like you see, it's not a lot of getting into. So if you get caught and you have to start again, well, it's not the end of the world. And there are a few missions like this in this Assassin's crossover bit from Watch Dogs Legion. So okay, we've got our cloak back, but I'm not quite sure where we want to go. I'm looking for camera so I can kind of see where. Oh, okay, that's a useless camera. Distract is good, but it's not. We're going to have to make a move because we can't just stand in one place. So distract is good in some missions, but in this mission I don't think distract is going to be the best option. So we need to go up again. And there's no time scale, so you know we can run around. We need to go that way where those guards are, which is like, definitely don't arm traps, because if you arm a trap, and sometimes you do it naturally because it's what you do, if someone gets caught, Not quite sure why that is actually, because just because the trap blew up, I don't know why they would assume it was somebody breaking in, but so you can see the issue. We need to go, I'm assuming we need to go up those stairs. There may be another way, but there's lots of guards, so any way it's going to be problematic. And at some point we're going to have to just go for it, because we can run around the outside of the building. It may be that there's another way up, but any way in a building where you can't take out any guards and there's guards everywhere is going to be so the chance that we go a different way and then still get caught is high. Okay, so what that is, and you can see when they all go like that and they go, they're kind of on alert a little bit. But we've got further up, we're going to do what I said, we're going to wait for, when they've got that exclamation mark over, it means they're sort of alerted, but they've not been completely alerted, so they've not been detected. They just like, it's like, you know, I think you see something, it might be the wind, or it might be a mouse or a rat or something, so you're not sure. That's what that is. And they'll look around for a bit, thinking something's happened, which doesn't really matter. Then they'll go back into normal mode. Our cloaks recharged, and again, we can run around forever looking for new ways in, but the chance that somewhere, as you've seen, there's so many guards, the chance that you'll run into a guard, run out of your stealth cloak's charge is high, so you kind of have to go for it at some point, because you can just run around forever, and even if you run around forever in these things, at some point you can get caught. So it would be really good if we actually knew exactly where that was. That would be very helpful, actually. So there it is, that's good. There you can see us, that's the blue outline, and there that is. So, I think we need to... okay, so what happened there is somebody saw us from somewhere. You don't know where, or it might not have been her, but somebody saw us, so we'll just run away. Still not worked out how to get into boats half. There must be a way, and I've played this so much, to get into a boat without jumping into the water. But it's not one of those things that just happens. You know, in some games you just do that. That boat's not doing very well, so I think we'll leg it out of that boat. Yeah, in some games it just does it. You just do something and it happens naturally, but in this game I've never quite worked out the knack of getting into a boat without jumping into the water, but I'm assuming that's possible. So yeah, one way that's, yeah, okay, if you go too far out of London, it will say you're exiting London, and what happens is you might end up back in the water. That's quite funny, actually. Oh, okay, we didn't. We ended up on the shore. Sometimes when you exit London, you end up in the middle of the sea. So, okay, a lot of things happened there. So, number one, we got caught. Someone saw us, which is something that happens in all missions where you're looking at cameras and someone will walk up behind you while you're doing it. So that can happen. That's what happened there. Number two, if you're near the sea, if you're near the river in London, it's always useful to use a boat to get away, because that's much quicker. It doesn't mean that no one will chase you. They do chase you with drones. Boats won't keep up with you if you run away, but they do chase you with drones, which can be difficult, but it's always a way to get away quickly. At least you get away from all the foot soldiers or whoever, the foot traffic. So that can be very useful. And number three, as you can see, the mission is the same at the other end of the river in central London. If you cross that, you'll either get bounced back to the nearest shore, or on occasion, if you're in a boat, you'll get bounced into the sea and you'll have to, it doesn't matter, because you can just fast travel to somewhere else, but that's what will happen. So as you can see, the mission respawns quickly, and it's respawned quickly now, so we could just do it again, but we won't. We'll try that another time, I think. Yeah, another thing that I was going to say is, again, back to that comparison with other games. You know, I played, and I really like a lot of other games. I really like Cyberpunk a lot. Night City is fantastic, and I've played Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas, Witcher, Wild Hunt, and lots of other games. I've seen the city in Starfield on videos, but I haven't actually played it. But I don't think you need to play it to comment on how it looks. I'm not talking about the gameplay. And like I said, same with the character models. The city here is as good, I'd say better than any of them, because it's really accurate, it's really lifelike, everyone's alive. If you do something disturbing, like pull a gun, people will look worried and run away. You can't just do stuff. I know that someone said in a game, I won't mention the name of it, but you can probably guess. If you pull guns and do things in the street, no one says anything, and no one does anything. But in this game, if you pull a gun, people will react. If you do something, I'll just do something, it doesn't matter what. I'll go and if you bump into people, they react, and she called me a dickhead. And they react and they look at you like you're thing, and they'll probably have a fight with you. I've actually had people fight with me because I ran into them. So it is what it is. If you stand near people, they'll look at you for a while, and then then they'll say, what are you up to, why are you looking? So that's what I mean. Every single NPC, although they're not really NPCs because you could actually end up playing them, but they all interact and they all do what they would do in a real world, and that is very different to a lot of games. And they all have names, which is also a good thing. So, like I said, this video was partially to show you that mission. It was partially to just like do a few things I've noticed from things I've seen online, and I think this game was made in 2018, and I think online from different games, and I'm talking about games based in kind of reality. I'm not talking about super fantasy games. So where you've got cars, cities and that kind of thing. Obviously you've got aliens and it's different. Where there's as good or any better level of modelling, whether it's the city or the NPCs or the characters themselves or anything. So yeah, this game is, like I said, you might not like the game, you might not like the gameplay, you might not like the way the story is, that's all fine, everyone's different, but I don't think anyone could look at this and say there's any of the games I've mentioned are better graphically in any context, characters, city, or that NPCs react in a more realistic way, and that is a lot. So anyway, thanks for watching again. Next time I will come back with another video of Phoenix Point, and I'm going to run that on a bit from where we played last time, because otherwise we end up stuck in the same kind of loop where all the missions are kind of the same. So I'll play that on a bit and I'll come back to Phoenix Point for the next video. Anyway, thanks for watching, take care.